The rising sign and the ruler of the birth chart. This is an astrology mini course by me, Joe's Astrology. Introduction. Think of the ascendant as a window through which you look at the world. Each window is of a different shape and color, changing the way we see things. No one else can see things exactly as we do, for no one else can look through your window or your eyes. There's a quote from the astrologer Isabel Hickey. Rising sign and the ruler of the birth chart. So I'm going to look at example charts here for all of the rising signs, beginning with Aries and ending with Pisces. And most of these charts, they can be, I've done readings for them. They can be found on my YouTube channel as well. Not all of them thus far, but most of them. And I am available for astrology readings right now at a very good, affordable price. Most people who get readings from me are very pleased and compliment my skills. And I also do, as I said, YouTube celebrity readings. Have right now, as this is being published, maybe 200 published on YouTube. And depending on where when you're finding this, there may be over 1,000 published on YouTube. And I think it's a great way to learn astrology and put your skills to the test. And you can do a lot of astrology readings without having to get people's permission and finding their birthdays and birth times. It's all there for you. So let's take a look at the Aries rising chart, and here we have Cardi B, and she has Aries rising. We're going to look at Mars. Mars is the ruler of Aries. We're going to find Mars, the house and sign, and Mars is in Cancer in the 4th house, down there at the bottom of the chart there. So what does this tell us about Cardi B? Well, she's probably a go-getter. She's a leader. She may be very emotional. We even see that moon there in the 1st house. She might be a very emotional person, or she might have a lot of tests regarding Mars and her emotions and her emotional life. So that's it. I mean, it's very simple. You can see, looking at her chart, that there's planets in other places in the chart that will describe her. But if people that know her will definitely see her as being aggressive at times. As I said, very emotional, maybe emotionally aggressive. And she has other things in the chart that, like the Sun in Libra in the 7th, that may temper that. But we see just by looking at her life, she's a musical artist. She's a rapper. She's in hip hop. And if you watch her music, it looks like, I mean, I don't really know how else to describe it. It looks like Mars ruling the rising. Very much in your face, etc. So let's look at Taurus. Taurus rising. Here we have Jake Paul. Venus is the ruler of the... we have another moon on the ascendant there. Taurus is the rising. Venus is the ruler. Where's Venus? House and sign. Venus is in the 8th house in Capricorn. And Jake Paul is a YouTuber. And he's very much about climbing the ladder, the YouTube ladder. Most people who are on YouTube would have had to climb the ladder, the status ladder of YouTube, and we see with Venus there in the 8th house of other people's money and business. This is where he gets his money from. Something like YouTube would definitely be a Venus in the 8th house type business, where you're constantly pulling money from different places, from different people. You got the ad revenue, all the things that he comes up with to sell to his subscribers, etc. This guy probably would be very possessive. One track, in some ways, he could be very much a one-track mind. And you think of the 8th house and Venus as well. He could be Someone who's very much interested in sex and being a sex symbol, um, really taking care of his body. We see that because Mars and Saturn are rulers and exalted in Capricorn, and Venus being likes to be in Earth and the ruler of Taurus, uh, and Taurus being a sensual sign. So all these things we can correlate to Jake Paul from looking at his rising there. But mostly, I think the main thing you're going to see is that theme of business and being a business leader in his field. Gemini rising, Mercury is the ruler. Where's Mercury? House and sign. This is, I believe, I don't have it written there, but I believe this is Willow Smith. So we see Mercury is in the 6th, and it's in Scorpio. Now, she is a musician, but we could say, if you know her work, she's not, she was basically born into life, the daughter of Will Smith. That's her claim to fame. Never really needed to make a name for herself when it comes to her music. It was just automatically out there. So we see Mercury in the 6th. There's a lot of work to be done, a lot of communication, and a lot of speaking out about maybe hidden or occult or dark things. We see it's conjunct the sun there. A lot of the idea of shadow work and self-improvement. All these themes can be found in her music, and you could say that this is what she's doing with that Gemini rising. That's the main. It's not so much the making or the selling of the music. It's the making of the music that has a message. Mercury, and that message contains all the things that I mentioned had just mentioned. Cancer rising, Moon is the ruler. This is Ben Affleck. Where's the Moon? House and sign. The Moon is in the 5th in Scorpio. So we see him being an actor. He's done a ton of movies. Very much involved. Very much be emotionally involved in his work, playing many, 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 many different roles. Again, I think the idea of the main part of his life is being an artist, an actor, and that we see Moon in the 5th. There could probably be more to be said about this if we knew his personal life, but even the idea that it's in Scorpio, being involved in the movie industry, that is a big time Scorpio industry where there would be this idea of business and other people's money and also hidden themes, people that aren't afraid to look into the psychology of humanity in order to make these movies. Having to play all these different roles with all these different people with different psychologies. You'd have to really learn about psychology through your art form there. Leo rising. This is Donald Trump. Sun is the ruler. Where's the sun? House and sign. The sun is in the 10th house. And this is an easy one. We see Donald Trump. He wants to be out there center stage. And where's the sun? It's in Gemini in the 10th, the house of career, status. And this guy has made a name for himself. Gemini, or 10th house, and then Gemini in many different areas: television, real estate, politics, and probably much more that I'm leaving out. Virgo rising. This is Rachel Ray. She's a television host for a food show. Mercury is the ruler. Where's Mercury? House and sign. Mercury is in the 1st house. And without looking at anything else, we see, what is Virgo? Well, Virgo is service, and it has to do with food and nurturing. And she is in the forefront, and we think of Mercury as being a messenger. And this is a person who's very much putting herself out there to nurture and feed, so to speak, her audience and serve her audience. She's known as the 30-minute meals. Mercury's quick. Mercury likes to be quick. 30-minute, especially Mercury in the 1st. Think of Aries and Mars. She's teaching people about 30-minute meals, how to make their life, their routine, Virgo, their life more economical. Libra rising, this is Tom Brady. Where's Venus? Venus is the ruler, house and sign. Venus is the ninth, and it's conjunct Jupiter. So this is somebody, and it's in Cancer. This is someone who's family oriented. He's a team player. He's a football player, and he's known for being on the same team, the Patriots, for his almost pretty much his whole career. And he's had very much good fortune by doing that with that conjunction to Jupiter and in the fortunate house of the ninth house. The ninth house is the house of travel, and Cancer is the sign of homes. We can see that he has been an avid traveler, being a professional football player, traveling all over the world, especially all over the United States on a regular basis. And that would be where he's made his money. Scorpio rising. This is Jeffrey Wolf Green. He's a famous astrologer, one of my favorite astrologers. Pluto's the ruler. Where's Pluto? House and sign. Pluto's in the ninth. So this is a guy, he's a teacher. He was an astrologer, a teacher, former, I believe, a former yogi. And so you see Saturn is there as well. He's a world traveler, a world-renowned publicist of astrology publications, and also has given lectures all over the world about astrology. We think of Scorpio and astrology as being, the occult. He knows a lot about the occult. He knows a lot about things that people don't think about. He knows a lot about human psychology. And Pluto there is in Leo. That's the idea of him really putting himself out there, being center stage to teach people about how to transform their lives through astrology. Sagittarius rising. This is Mila Kunis. Jupiter's the ruler. Where's Jupiter? Jupiter is in Sagittarius, and it's in the 12th house. She's an actress. We think of Jupiter being in the 12th as being the Pisces house, the house of Neptune, where creativity and acting, art, music, and she would have good fortune there with Jupiter in the 12th, and that's what she does. She's known for her for acting, and there's probably much more that can be said about this chart as well. I just don't know that much more about her, but on the face of it, we see that Jupiter rising, Jupiter being in the 12th, she's an actress. Capricorn rising. This is my chart. Saturn is the ruler. Where's Saturn? House and sign. Saturn is in the 9th, conjunct Pluto, in Scorpio. So very much like Jeffrey Wolf Green's chart, we can see that the ruler being Saturn in the 9th. This is a teacher, someone who's a teacher of the occult. Could be teacher of sports, sports being something that Mars and Pluto are associated with. Someone that's a teacher of transformation, someone even in the sports arena. And through astrology, this person would want to see people transform their lives in a positive way through psychology, through astrology, through learning about, with the sports, learning about their body, Mars, and the positiveness of athleticism. Aquarius rising, this is Chris Brennan. He's a famous astrologer. Very easy one here as well. Aquarius being ruled by Uranus. It's in the 10th house. What is he known for? He's known for being an astrologer. We see it's ruled by Jupiter there in Sagittarius. And Venus is there. He makes his money being an astrologer. He's known for that. He's also gotten to a point where he's known for being a YouTube astrologer, Uranus, the internet, and he quite possibly makes money off of his YouTube channel and off of providing readings for other astrologers. Pisces rising. This is Whitney Houston. Neptune is the ruler. Neptune is in the 8th. It's in Scorpio. And I don't know that much about Whitney Houston, but we could say with Neptune there and business and other people's money, she's been known to be a musical artist, someone who makes her money off of other people selling her music. 8th house, Scorpio, and she was involved in, I do believe she was involved in drugs, maybe some shady business there that could be associated with Neptune in the 8th house. And that is it for the ruling sign and ruler of the birth chart. I hope you enjoyed this. It's just a mini course starter for the rising sign, the ruler of the birth chart. And just a reminder, I do give readings. So if you're interested, please send me an email. I'll be happy to work with you. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.